and come check y'all out.
Well, we're one of my favorite places. Conversation with one of the greats and what this all. And I'm Shane Raines. I'll talk with him.
So, fall transit.
Ticket. Hopefully, this goes on a replica out of that 20.
Come to your live coverage. At 8 pounds with the current right up there.
Yeah, shakes out.
That's it. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Finally, man, I feel like it's been weeks and weeks and weeks. But man, and it actually has been close to probably 3 weeks since we've been on here for a weekly update, weekly recap, or even a unscripted live unscripted. Tonight we're back. Excited to be here. I hope everyone is doing great. If this is your first time here, of course, my name is Shane Raines, right here on Dog Talk West Virginia. Cover anything and everything, bass fishing, tournaments, news, coverage, results, you name it, right here. So we're excited to be back this evening. Got an exciting show. We have 2 guests coming on. We got Dustin Dennis, newly formed Fishers of Men, West Virginia, Ohio, Eastern region. That's exciting. That was just released, that information. So Dustin's coming on to give us the rundown with that. And also coming up October 17th, of course, is the awesome event down at Yatesville Lake, Sinking ALS Tournament. Thurman Tough. You can get online. We'll cover all that later. But awesome event for a wonderful cause to raise awareness and help fight this terrible disease that a lot of people are fighting right now. So exciting episode. But before we get to that, we just want to remind everybody just real fast. Of course, we do have the 2,000 page like giveaway. That is still running. We are getting very, very close by the day. So we are just over 300 likes away. All you have to do, of course, is go to the original giveaway post, pinned to the top of Dog Talk's Facebook page, comment, pick me, and you will be entered win, free to enter. You just have to make sure you like the page as well. But, of course, all these awesome sponsors stepping up. Got some awesome giveaways that's going to you just be kind of given out randomly to everyone that's entered. So jump on board with that. Help me help you to potentially win by getting this out there. Let's see if we can hurry up and get to that 2,000 page like mark. But like I said, exciting episode. Going to cover just a few things before we get too deep into it. A little bit of news, of course, what's been going on around West Virginia. As we know, we have all your state qualifiers. We will get to all those winners. They're wrapping up pretty much this weekend. We got state championships for the West Virginia Bass Federation and, of course, Bass Nation of West Virginia. Not only the boater side, non-boater side, but also the kayak state championship. Involvement was pretty low this year. This was new for everybody. But for those anglers qualifying, they've got a great shot to finish in the top 5 to move on to the Bass Nation Kayak Series Championship that, of course, will run in conjunction with the 2021 Bassmaster Classic. So very exciting. 5 anglers will earn their spot to represent Bass Nation West Virginia. So I'm pumped up. Hopefully you are. We got some anglers that went out and caught enough fish to qualify, so we're going to cover all that and more probably this coming up week. But what have I been doing? I was preparing for that qualifier as well. Luckily squeaked by with 1 fish. Fall transition fishing is brutal right now. Very, very tough bite. The fish are kind of, they're moving. Bait's moving, fish are moving. They're starting to scatter out. So it has been very tough. If you've seen the results from some of the qualifiers, you can see that for yourself. I think I got in with like 2.7, one fish, just shy of 2.5 pounds. But so everyone's going to be going to their respective state championship if they qualified. So look for all that and more. But hopefully everyone's been doing well. Hopefully everybody's got out on the water, enjoyed some time with family, of course, staying safe. Shout out, big win yesterday. Got to give them a shout out. West Virginia University. These guys have been fishing 4 years together. Their last tournament together, Nolan Minor, Casey Lanier, go to Lake Cumberland, and they absolutely smashed day 3, weighed 16-plus pounds, I believe. Biggest bag of the tournament. If you look back through those results, actually, I think down to 15th place, didn't have a total 3-day wait or 2-day wait for everyone out of the top 12, but even those anglers didn't have anything over 16 pounds total. So shout out to those guys, 39-plus pounds, won by over 10 pounds on that final day. Congratulations, guys. Listen, I saw the pictures on Bassmaster. They're holding up 2 bananas. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure that's a heck of a story. But I'm gonna try to reach out to those guys, get them on. We'll talk some fishing and follow up on that story soon. So see if we can't get them on here. So, but other than that, we're not going to drag out too many results. You got the Ohio River Challenge coming up, $15K to win out of Belpre. That is October 17th and 18th weekend. So just a couple weekends away. Got a Bass Nation high school and junior event coming up next weekend at Summersville. So if anyone has a boat that is willing to be a boat captain and volunteer, reach out to Dion Bright or Dana Brown. Reach out to me. I can get you in contact with them. There's always kids looking for a boat captain, a boat. So that is at Summersville next Sunday. So that's exciting. Like I said, Ohio River Challenge coming up, big money. A lot of folks getting in on that. So reach out to them, of course, and we're going to cover that tournament coming up here on the 17th as well. And that's what this episode is all about. So without further ado, the next gentleman we are going to bring on to join us tonight. Let me get over here. Quick shout outs, Greg Tony, Chris King. Chris King whooped my butt today. Larry Parsons Jr. whooped my butt today. And of course, Chase helped to set up the picture and the phone and everything for the video chat with Pops tonight. So awesome. Thanks for everybody for joining. Go and share this video too while you're at it, if you don't mind. Without further ado, let's see here. Of course, first guest, Fishers of Men, West Virginia, Ohio, East Division. We're going to bring on my good buddy, Mr. Dustin Dennis. What's up, brother? How are you this evening?
What's up, Shane? How you doing, man?
Good, buddy, man. Thanks for taking the time. I know you got it. We've already talked. I know you got a real busy evening, but we're going to let you enjoy some family time. But give the folks at home, what is Fishers of Men? Who are you? Actually, let's rewind a little bit. Who are you? And what are your ties to Fishers of Men? How'd you get this started?
Well, I moved to West Virginia here about 8-9 years ago, started fishing locally, and then a couple years ago started fishing a national trail of Fishers of Men. It's sponsored by Berkeley Bass Cat, and I started fishing out of the Pennsylvania division because that's where I came from, and I really liked the trail because you got to travel around, fish different bodies of water. Made it very competitive on almost an equal playing field. You know, you didn't have guys just camping out on a lake for a week on end on every lake. Yeah, you're going to have some locals that are doing it, or you're going to have somebody takes a vacation. But basically, everybody went to the lake 1 or 2 days before, and everybody spent kind of the same amount of time. And it's just real competitive trail. It is a Christian-based organization. The Fishers of Men comes from the Bible verse, Matthew 4:19. And Jesus said, "Come with us and I'll make you fishers of men." And that's how it kind of kicked off. And after fishing it for 2 years ago, I qualified with my partner, Vince Humaney, out of the Pennsylvania division. him and I qualified to go to the national championship in Harris Chain of Florida. I went down there. We placed, I think it was 23rd or 24th overall over 3 days, and had a great time. And then this past year, I just finished it up, and I qualified it with my partner, Joe Osgood, and we qualified out of St. Clair. Had an awesome time. It was pretty rough conditions, but so we qualified, and now I'm heading to Guntersville in March, second week of March, for another 3-day national. And what I like about it is it's competitive, it's fun, and not to mention it pays out really good. The payout's great. You know, first place in the national championship's a brand new bass cat. Second place is an 18-foot bass cat. And then there's also different things. Like, for an example, if you were to catch at a district qualifier or national championship, a winning bag with the last numbers being 419, that'll get you a Toyota Tundra. You know, that's just one of those things. It's a small little hint to try to get people to jump out. But I contacted the directors and everything, and I wanted to start one here in West Virginia, and I kicked it around. And I spoke to a lot of bass fishermen, and a lot of guys said, oh, this would be great. So here I am, just got approved, went through the process, and it's officially released on the national website. And I have started a West Virginia, Ohio East Division, and it's the first in our area for it. So I'm pretty pumped to kick it off here in 2021.
Yeah, man. When you first reached out to me and you said, hey, man, listen, you know, it's kind of in the works. It's not official yet. And you're kind of giving me just a little bit of heads up and rundown on what was going to come up. It is exciting, man. You know, I was talking to someone the other day when I was bringing it up that you had started this and formed this division. And I remember it's been years back, downtown Charleston. And man, it's been years ago. I just remember pile of boats, a bunch of them wrapped up, come in. They were staying at a hotel down in downtown Charleston, and it was the Fishers of Men Trail, which has happened to be coming through. And I don't know how long it's been. It's been years ago. But it is exciting knowing that a national trail and it is associated, and a division associated right here in our area.
Yes, sir.
Some people that might be curious. What kind of areas? I mean, have you thought about the regions that you may fish, the lakes, the bodies of water? I know with some of these the trails, and especially some of these divisions, you know, it's not always real close to the house. You might have to travel 2.5, 3 hours one way potentially. A lot of nice bodies of water. Have you thought about it? Can you give us, I know you can't release it because nothing's been approved yet. You still got to go through that process, but a little teaser of some of the bodies of water that you would really like to add to the schedule?
Absolutely, man. I am definitely going to try to get penciled in June, the earliest that I can legally get scheduled on Presque Isle Bay. That's to me going to be a big bag tournament. Lots of fun. You could be sight fishing, you could be offshore cranking, drop shotting, but that's one of them I'm definitely going to try to pencil in June. Another one, it is out of state once again, but I'm looking at maybe Lake Chautauqua in August. Let's face it, August is a real tough time of the year in a lot of local lakes here in West Virginia. And nobody wants to go out and grind all day and struggle to catch a fish or two. But in August and Chautauqua, 15 to 20 pounds is where it's going to need to fall. And it's a really fun lake to have a good time on in one of the dead times of summer. That's what I'm thinking at towards the middle to end of the trail. Kicking it off, I'm going to try to look at February, March. And I'm torn. I'm trying to get a feel of some guys that are already committed, if they would want to stay around Summersville or Sutton, one of those, you know, early season lakes that bites really good in the cold fronts and the cold seasons. And those are two that come to my mind. And you know, being it is West Virginia based, I got a pencil Stonewall in, man. I mean, it's an amazing fishery. It's high pressured, but let's face it, if you hit it at the right time, you can have one of the best bags of your life on that lake right here in the central West Virginia. And The other 2 tournaments I'm going to schedule in Ohio. Mosquito Lake is a really fun one. Lots of 2 to 3 pound fish there, and maybe look into Salt Fork or Tappan or another lake in Ohio that I'm not familiar with yet. But that's just kind of rundown of a handful of tournaments I'm looking at. It's only 6 tournaments, and I can change it every year. But I think for the season 1 kickoff, I think that might be a good enticer to get it going.
Yeah, man. And I tell you, just a couple of those. Of course, we know Stonewall. You see, when it's right, when things just line up, there are giant bags caught. We can look back through even several tournaments this year. Some of those bags were just giant bags. Like you said, for our area, easily maybe a bag of a lifetime for some anglers, easily. I know I would love to have one of those days and hit that 20-pound mark, 16-pound mark. Goodness gracious. Also, comment on Mosquito Lake. I know the boys went down there. Luke Stewart, Austin Craze, I believe, were on Mosquito Lake for the big TBF Junior World Finals this year. Wonderful lake, everything I've read and seen, phenomenal. Of course, you mentioned Presque. We know a lot of us flood that area, whether you're going up there or Dunkirk or wherever, and chasing those smallmouth when they flood the bay. Phenomenal largemouth fishery as well back in the bay year-round.
Absolutely.
And Chautauqua, I definitely know Mr. Heaters, he will when he sees this, he's told me a lot about Chautauqua. Phenomenal fishery. I actually had a buddy that does some seasonal chef work there at one of the big resorts. So it's supposed to be a phenomenal fishery. I've seen the pictures he's posted, and it is insane. So man, that's exciting. That really is exciting, man. Let me ask you something. We're about 15 minutes in. I know you got a lot going on. I'm going to throw up this image just real fast for the folks at home. Dustin, Fishers of Men, this is the Facebook page that you went ahead and started. Fishers of Men, West Virginia, Ohio, East Division. Is that of course, the website? www.formntt.
That's the main Facebook.
Go ahead. Are you there?
That's the main Facebook page. You can also go to the website listed below. That's the national Facebook page. And then through there, you can navigate to the Berkeley's Classic Series is what we're under. And you can look at, I'll have the schedules posted, news and events. I do want to throw one big, cool, important feature out with this is they have special divisions for a minor and an adult. It's called the Legacy Series. I'm going to look more into that about getting something set up here, but you can place to a national with someone under 18 if you have a fisherman in the boat or a fisherwoman. And also a man and a woman team can have special regulations on making it to a national qualifier, and someone that owns a bass cat as well. So there's a couple other ways to get in. That's really cool little features with Fishers of Men. I just wanted to throw out there for anybody listening. But yes, sir, that is the Facebook page. You can message me directly or through the page. I'll be happy to answer a call. I think my cell phone's even listed on that page as well.
Awesome, man. Well, I tell you what, it sounds really exciting, and I kind of dug into a little bit of the different I guess you could say levels, whether it be the legacy or what have you. It is super cool, man. Like you said, an adult fishing with a youth, whether it's junior or high school. I didn't dig into exact, as far as age brackets, but man, that is super exciting. Seeing them offer not only that, and of course, like a lot of big trails, depending on what kind of I guess you could say division inside that tournament. Sometimes you can qualify for, like you said, the national championship regionals and work your way up where they're giving away a free boat. You can win a free boat. Maybe we even win a brand new truck, big money. So that, man, it's super exciting to know that, here in our area, National Trail is going to move in and give us kind of an opportunity to stay somewhat close to home instead of having to travel 6-7 hours one way. maybe now at this opportunity, we'll be able to stay, 2.5, 3 hours away. You can be at Presque Isle in what, 3.5, 4 hours, about 4 hours, I think, from Charleston. It's not a bad drive at all. So definitely doable for a lot of folks, man. I really appreciate your time, buddy. I know you got family in, so we're going to let you enjoy time. I appreciate your time. Everyone at home I know does. Of course, shout out from a few people, man. Josh Balser, of course, he says, we know Josh, Stonewall Master, we're going to call him. Of course, he says, someone say Stonewall. That's, yeah, he's in. And, of course, Trail of Dreams Tournament Series, of course, commenting that, of course, Fishermen, great organization. And, of course, they do wonderful things as well. So, really, really cool. Someone did ask, any kayak division in Fishermen? I don't believe so that I saw. Dustin, I don't think so. Is that correct?
To my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, not yet. I do know in the southern regions of Alabama and those areas, they're kicking off a big high school reach out. And that's where the legacy started kicking in. And they're also doing a lot with that. I can get more information from people. But as far as the kayak division, I'm not too familiar with that yet. I know that they are in the process on some regions kicking off like a major league fishing type of setup where you're not doing a live weigh and at a boat dock or a location. It's literally MLF style. I know they're trying to get that kicked off in some regions too. So lots of big plans with Fishermen coming up.
Awesome. Well, man, anytime there's an update, you're always welcome on the show. We appreciate your time giving us an update. Of course, I'm going to throw up this image again for you for there. Fishermen, West Virginia, Ohio, East Division right here. Dustin Dennis, he is directing this. He has set this up, newly formed. Awesome fisheries potentially on the schedule, and a lot of great opportunities for anglers right here in our area. So, man, we appreciate your time, buddy. Have a wonderful evening, and we will definitely have you back on when things start locking down for a schedule, and we'll share it with everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, Shane, and I appreciate everything and giving me the time, buddy, and you take care.
Absolutely, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, and there you have it, Mr. Dustin Dennis. Man, I hope you all enjoyed that. I know it was really quick, but, man, he reached out to me there. Man, it's probably been a month or so ago and said, there's some things in the works. And I said, man, let me know ASAP. And, of course, he announced it, so very excited to see where that schedule actually lands once the permits are issued. And, of course, that won't be until early next year, I'm sure. Presque Isle Bay, he said Chautauqua, Mosquito Lake, Ohio. This is all within a fairly close region for us. I know I threw out a post there a month or so ago asking folks, how far are you willing to travel for a tournament? One that helps me kind of get an idea of where our anglers in our region, and especially the tri-state region, is traveling. It kind of helps me to reach out and cover a little bit wider variety of tournaments. I know there's some folks here that man, we're talking. We got guys fishing the tour events. We have folks fishing BFLs. We've got folks fishing the Toyota Series, Bass Opens, college series. So we got a lot of anglers all over the country fishing. Of course, we always want to bring you those results and never leave anybody out. So very excited for what's to come with Dustin. And, of course, Fishermen. But without further ado, I don't want to drag out tonight too long. I know everybody's here. It is Sunday night. Everybody's got to go to work. A few shout-outs, of course. Ben Nowalk, thanks for tuning in. Of course, Trail of Dreams Tournament Series crew. If you didn't get a chance, go back. Look on their page, Trail of Dreams Tournament Series Facebook page. We came together and worked on a cool project celebrating Bob and Vicky up at Summersville for the weigh-in. So we brought you a very unique perspective. Had some color commentary with me and Jeff on the side. So that was really, really fun. So if you didn't get an opportunity to go back and make sure you like their page, check it out. Go ahead and like the Fishermen Facebook page as well. So everyone tuning in tonight, thanks for tuning in. And, of course, shout out to Josh Balser as well, man. We really didn't get a post out there, but shout out to him. Goes down. He is heading to the national championship, first in West Virginia. And, man, you'll have to correct me. I don't have any of my notes in front of me. Second overall boater. I could be wrong, but man, phenomenal showing, brother, and we're excited to see kind of what happens. We'll definitely catch everybody up with that here soon. But all right, so next up, of course, like I said, Sinking ALS Tournament coming up really soon here, October 17th. When I first saw this flyer pop up, we see a ton of flyers over throughout the year, tons of awesome organizations and charities and just different causes that the angling community always steps up to support. That's something I'm definitely going to look into. I would love to know how many thousands of dollars that we as angling, as a tournament community, angling community, raise every year for wonderful needs. So this is no different. So coming up October 17th, of course, at Yatesville Lake, Sinking ALS Tournament. They got a first place prize of $2,000 on the flyer. Thurman, tough. This is a very, very awesome story. Of course, the guys, we got them standing by, so we're not going to drag it on. Hopefully they're not too nervous yet, but we're going to bring our buddies on. And welcome to the show, Mr. Thurman, Maynard, and Mick Sansom. What's up, guys? How are you all tonight?
Doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for y'all's patience. Y'all been kind of just hanging out. I guess enjoying the live while you're live, technically. So that's kind of funny. So man, thanks for y'all's time, really, guys. Coming up, man, October 17th. Before we jump into the tournament, introduce yourself. Both of y'all, give you a quick second. Introduce yourself, where y'all from, and we'll go from there.
Go ahead. I'm Mick Sansom, actually better known as Chase Sansom's dad. He's kind of rough on me sometimes. So we're from out here. I'm from in Salt Rock. So that's my story.
And of course, shout out to you, man. I know earlier in the year you go down for your first BFL, right? And that was, where was that at?
Del
Holla. And win it. And you go down to Del Holla and won it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Goes down to Del Holla, first ever BFL, wins the event. Awesome, brother. Shout out to you. Thurman Maynard, I guess maybe even known as Thurman Tough. That is out there. I know that is the website, I believe, thurmantough.com. But Thurman, give us just a quick rundown who you are and what is your affiliation with this tournament.
My name is Thurman Maynard. I was diagnosed June the 11th of 2018 with ALS, known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And then that's whenever they only gave me 2 to 5 years to live. And of course, I told the doctors, I said, I'm going to prove you guys wrong. I'm a fighter.
Yes, sir.
So me and my wife, we continued to do some research. Last year, I lost somewhat ability to walk. I was having trouble walking. And then I went through a trial study up in Boston, Massachusetts. We traveled up there all last year, once a month, sometimes twice a month last year. And it's very costly traveling for these trials for treatment for ALS, because there's no medication. There's nothing that a doctor can do besides us patients traveling and hope. That's all we have is hope. So ever since I started the trial, that was last year, I'm pretty much world known in the ALS world, around the world now. I talk to people all over the countries, different countries. That's basically about it. Then whenever I started showing positive results, started walking longer distances, started getting strength back in my left arm, my left hand, a lot of positive stuff. But now we can't receive that treatment. That's the negative thing. I've been a little over a year now. September 19th, 2019 was the last time that I received an injection, and the FDA is blocking us from receiving that treatment now. And it shouldn't be, but it is what it is. And I'm going to continue to fight and advocate for the ALS world and keep pushing for this treatment, because it's evidently something worked for myself. It may not work on everybody else, but it worked for myself, and I have a right to try that.
You're darn right, man. And first and foremost, man, you know, when I first really read into your story, Mick reached out to me, you know, when the tournament was just formed. Hey, man, you know, as things develop, I said, listen, let me know. And from me to you, and I think the whole angling community, because I know you're an angler, you're outdoorsman, you know, we're behind you, brother. You have a huge group of folks. You're an inspiration for not saying no, basically, you know, and there's something about when a disease or anything for that matter needs more information given to the public. More awareness needs raised of some potential help that can help people. So shout out to you, man. Huge inspiration, brother. We're behind you, man. You genuinely, we're behind you, and definitely. So before we go any further as far as the tournament and the details, of course, we know, we know your story. Like I said, huge inspiration. You're a fighter. We hope and pray that you can continue to get that treatment you need, and especially since it's helping you. Like you said, it could help somebody else too. And why they would block it, I don't know. So definitely about informing the public and getting that information out there. But just give us a quick rundown of how. And correct me if I'm wrong, is you started a foundation to help awareness, correct? Is that, and what was the name of that? I know it's ThurmanTough.com, but what is the name of that foundation?
I'm actually trying to start a foundation. It's called Tri-State ALS Foundation here in the Tri-State area. Due to the fact that the ALS Association don't help the ALS patients just like myself. Like, people has to remodel their home to get wheelchair accessibility into their home. Just like me and my wife, the doctor came in, he took me off work. There went my financial aid coming to the house. I was a main provider for me and my family. So I went 6 months without any kind of pay. The ALS Association don't help out with that. Then whenever I started traveling for treatment, the ALS Association didn't want to help out for that. So then we ended up having to sell our home because we didn't have the financial aid to keep making the payment. So then we was blessed with another home, and it's got to be remodeled to be able to get a wheelchair in and out. So I have to be at cost for that. So this foundation here, once it kicks off and everything gets going, I can be able to receive financial aid. I can receive lumber from Lowe's, 84 Lumber, any location that wants to donate the lumber. And I'm going to go out and help these families. There's a family in Summersville, West Virginia, that's actually needing a wheelchair ramp now for her husband. And he was the sole provider of the family, just like myself, but they are without income coming into the home and can't afford a wheelchair ramp. Something that simple. I mean, a lot of people's doing without, and they shouldn't. Just because this disease attacks someone, they still shouldn't be doing without. I mean, it's a rough time regardless, and making it even rougher on the patients, really, really tough financially and emotionally.
Yeah. Not only are they, fighting a battle, and like you said, not giving up and just doing what they have to do, just like you, willing to try treatment, and in your case, seeing some positive results. Of course, it affects you, and like you said, it affects your basically your nervous system, your muscular system. Things you lose some function and movement. and I'm sure everybody's a little bit different. And something so small, you know, of course, a lot of people are in need, but, you know, something as small as just need a ramp built so they can access their homes. You know, that's tough, man. That's tough to hear that you know, something so simple, the folks can't get help for that from a big organization. And that's not knocking anybody, but if the help's not there, the help's not there. So this tournament, what will this tournament do? Obviously, exciting times for not only the fishing community, because the fall bite's starting to kick up and get better. Yatesville Lake's known to really turn on. I've seen some really big bags you posted and shown from this time of year, late in the year. Hopefully the lake you know, turns over quick and that bite really fires up. But guys, coming up October 17th, this is what it's all about, man. So everyone at home, everybody at home, Thurman's story, not only your story, Thurman, but everyone's story that's battling with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. All of these folks are in that same fight together. So this is our chance right now, October 17th, to step up and help this one of our local guys that's not only trying to make a difference in other people's lives, but he's needing a little bit of help right now too. So this is our chance. So give us a rundown, guys. Mick, we're making Mick sit there. He's looking awful pretty, but we're going to give him a chance to talk. Man, give us the rundown of the tournament, brother. What is up for the 17th
man,
on the 18th?
It's hard to look this pretty, you know. Yeah, what we're going to do is, man, we want to give back to the anglers too on this deal. After the tournament, everything, we're going to have smoked meat and stuff there for them. We're going to feed all the anglers. Going to be doing drawing and stuff, 50-50 drawing. We'll have shirts for Thurman to support Thurman there. A little bit about the tournament. We're going to open up for sign-ins at 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. that morning. Our plans for blast off are at 7, you know, providing the fog and stuff. And, you know, hopefully we get a good enough turnout and stuff. We're going to run the boats out in flights. We're going to do 20 boats a flight. Give everybody opportunity to fish, you know, your full 8 hours. We'll bust it out, come in 15-minute increments. That way, try to keep, you know, so much confusion and stuff down at the ramp and everything. One of the big things that we want to express to people is the social distancing and stuff with the COVID and stuff. Now, you know, we got to make sure we do that. We'll have, you know, designated people doing our food and stuff like that. It is a guaranteed $2,000 to win purse. It's guaranteed. I mean, we've got the money, we're setting on it. So you come fish it, you win it, you're going home with $2,000.
Nice.
So
nice. Great payout.
Yeah, and actually, you know, if we get in 100 boats, man, I mean, we're going to pay 19 places, and if we get more than 100 boats, we'll just keep adding money to the pot, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We're hoping, and actually we was kind of down on Yatesville yesterday, and the lake is turning over a little bit. So we're hoping at the time of this tournament we'll see some big bags come in.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was just thinking, you know, after Sutton last weekend for the qualifier, you know, there was some talk about lake turning over and this, that, and the other. And I tell you, with this second little cold snap and these a little bit cooler days, and it got pretty daggone cold. I think I saw in the mountains, it was like high 20s. Several people just further up 79 were posting like 36-degree weather. So, yeah,
right.
I think in a couple weeks it ought to be just about right for this tournament. I mean, it ought to be just about right for a good bite. So who do they need to contact? Do they got to pre-register, or is it registration in the morning? You may have already covered that and I missed it, but give us a little rundown on the how to register for this tournament.
All you got to do is show up at the ramp. We've got a lot of volunteers. My wife, Thurman's wife, I even talked Chase into helping us a little bit. Imagine that, huh?
Hey.
So,
put him to work.
Yeah. Well, he runs my stuff up and down the road. I got to get something back out of him, you know. So, but
he's got to earn. He's got to earn a new compressor. Is what he needs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he runs my stuff up and down the road. I got to get something back out of him, you know. So, but yeah,
He's got to earn a new compressor. Is what he needs.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, man, what we're going to do is we're just going to, you know, whoever wants to come fish it, man. Come out and enjoy a good time. You can register right there at the dock when you come in. We'll do our live well checks and everything. Try to get everything. We want to try to get everybody in and get them out on the water and start rolling out at 7 o'clock. You know, weather permitting. We ain't got no fog delays or anything like that. Like I said, we're going to feed all the anglers when they come back. So, you know, everybody's hungry when they come back in. So we're going to take care of all that. We'll have drinks for them. Planning on trying to make this thing. We want to make it as big and as fun for all the anglers as we can. Like to, you know, God willing, you know, Thurman's still with it. We would like to start maybe trying to do an annual thing, make this an annual event and everything, you know. So
yeah,
it's for a great cause. We've had a lot of great sponsors step up, donating money for this tournament, donating prizes to give away and stuff to raffle off. So, I mean, a big shout out to those guys, man. I never realized how tough it was to try to get something like this together, but man, it's tough, man. It is really tough. You know, I sat and watched Chase do it with the Marshall deal and stuff, and you're like, well, why don't you do this? He's like, I can't do that. So, I mean, I get it now. It's not an easy task, and then I'll be running my legs off, I'm sure, the day of the tournament. So.
Hey, and you know, and like you said, it is a ton of work for sure. I can't say that I've had my hand in any giant trail. Have helped out with some awesome big charity tournaments on and off over the years. And yeah, man, it's a ton of work. And like you said, in this day and age, especially with COVID really impacting so many businesses and all of us in some form or fashion, of course, you know, it's hard to find folks that are even able to step up and sponsor an event or donate product or prizes. It's just tight for everybody. But this is definitely our chance to support a great cause. If you can't fish this tournament, can someone reach out to you and buy a T-shirt and maybe we can try to get it to them? I'm sure we all know enough anglers that's going to be in and around that area. I can run and see Chase and the guys and at some point and I'll help deliver them if I have to, but reach out to you to possibly buy a shirt, T-shirt. If anybody's feeling led to step up, maybe just donate to this tournament, to the cause. Reach out to me, Mick, Thurman, Maynard. Of course, ThurmanTough.com. Website's right there. All the contact info is there. Of course, the story and everything with Thurman and this continued inspiring. I'm not even going to call it a fight, man, because I tell you what, man, I love your attitude. Listen, we're going to give it all we got. Man, it's an inspiration. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, buddy. Anything we can do for you here at Dog Talk, we will help you do so. I really hope you all wonderful success for this tournament. I'll tell you what, I'm going to check my schedule. We got the, of course, state championship and high school stuff coming up, but I think I'm going to try to check and see what's going on that weekend. So, but guys, any last shout out? Any last message you want to throw out there for everybody tuning in from home?
Yeah, we've got a little local diner out here, man. We posted it on there. He's willing to give for the 100th share, 100th like on this tournament, man. He's going to pay somebody's entry fee. So you guys get on there and share this thing up. He's willing to pay the entry fee for it. It's Crossroads Diner. I mean, it's a nice little family place to come and eat. And he stepped up and said, he said, I'd like to, some people that may not have the funds to be able to do it, maybe they can get in this way or something other. So it's awesome deal, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I saw that whenever you shared that, and I'm thinking, oh man, I got immediately hopped on, and man, that's a cool opportunity for folks. That's just again showing local communities stepping up to help a wonderful cause. Awesome tournament that's going to go down here in just a couple of weeks, of course, right there at Yatesville. So super cool. Get on there, Crossroads Diner. Yes. Go and like their page. If somebody's going to step up, man, let's show them our support. Of course, you can look up Thurman Tough. There's a Facebook page as well. And on that Facebook page, it does have the event page for this tournament as well, with all this same information from Mick and Thurman as well. So, guys, again, like I said, thank you all so much. If there's ever anything right here on Dog Talk we can do for you, we will do so. October 17th, Yatesville Lake. Get there early. There will be a crowd and, of course, an awesome payout and everything. So, very excited for y'all, man. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful turnout. Like I said, anyone that feels led, reach out to them. This is a good opportunity.
Yeah, we want to
help a fellow angler.
We want to throw out our sponsors here, man. It's really helped us get a list of.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I'd like to thank Goldie, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram Trucks, Hurricane Trophy Awards, Classic Pawn and Jewelry, Aftermath Storm Consultants, of course, Crossroads Diner, Brumfield Auto and Mobile Home Service, the Tackle Box, Venom Lures, Phil Daly Tools, Field and Stream, and Mick's lovely wife, Amber Sansom, realtor. Now she's starting to sell houses, try to get us some more fishing stuff. Koza Custom Baits, FYAO Outfitters, The Great Outdoors, Four Seasons Lawn Care, KD Excavating Dirt Works, Simcoe Contracting General Contractors. And guys, if you guys ain't looked up Team Day Boat Sales down in Frankfort, Kentucky, look these guys up if you're in the market of looking for a boat. These guys have been phenomenal to us. Around here, I got hooked up with them by Eddie Webb. He's the owner of Real Deal Outdoors. They've been a huge, huge part of this, donating a bunch of stuff for this tournament. They was the one that actually got our big sponsor on board, Vexus Bass Boats. They donated a bunch of stuff. We're still needing to go down to pick it up to raffle off surprises, depending on what all they've got. I know they gave like 8 to 10 boxes of stuff. It's a big shout out for them guys. A buddy of mine, Skylar, had bought one of Vexus boats, and it's been a dream of mine ever since he got it. And it's the most comfortablest boat I've been on yet. But Team Days, they'll definitely hook you up with that stuff. And go to them sponsors, give them a thumbs up. At least say thank you for supporting this great cause, because there ain't too many people that's got the ability to continue fighting this fight like I've got. Normally this disease attacks a whole lot harder, hits a whole lot of people a whole lot harder. And I'm very blessed. God's given me the strength and the capability to continue this fight. And as long as he's given me this ability, I'm going to continue to fight for this disease.
Amen, brother. And I'll tell you, man, like I said, whole tournament community, I'm confident in saying that, man, our thoughts and prayers are with you. You keep fighting, dude. Anything we can do to help you out, we're going to try to do so. And, of course, right here, get out, support this tournament. Guys, appreciate your time. Thurman,
thank you,
Mick. Of course, we were talking about all the deer heads in the background. Man, just give them a quick little look. Give them a quick little look before y'all hop off here.
Let me see if I can get this thing to work.
Brag on them a little bit. Look at these. Now, how many of y'all at home got that many big bucks on the wall? Lordy B, have mercy. That's what we're talking about. We love it, man. We love it. Awesome. Man, we love seeing all the family around with y'all in this time also, supporting the tournament, of course, supporting this live stream. Thank you for your time, guys. And y'all have a wonderful night. October 17th coming up, Yatesville Lake. Need anything, give them a shout.
Thank you.
Thank you,
all right,
Shane.
guys, have a great night,
buddy.
Yeah, for sure, guys. We appreciate you so much, man, and we will catch up with you all soon. All right, everybody, and there you have it. Man, I tell you what, if you're free, I know we all have a lot going on coming up in the next couple weekends. I think that falls in the same weekend as the challenge and state championship for some folks. There's a lot of anglers. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Didn't make the state championship for Bass Nation. Right here is a perfect opportunity. Head down Yatesville Lake. They always, everything I've always heard about, even Kentucky anglers, they show up. They show out for these tournaments. There's going to be a great, great turnout. So if you are free, go down and support. If you feel led to do so, I'll be completely honest. I can't imagine being in a situation like that. It's inspiring to see basically a young man, saying, no, I'm not giving up. That's inspiring to me, should be inspiring to everyone at home, and I know it is. So anything we can do to help them out, I know I've said that multiple times. I want to do that. I want to do that. So if you feel led, you just want to donate. Maybe donate an entry fee. Don't fish. If you can't fish, just donate an entry fee. It'll definitely go to a great cause, knowing that somebody can't access their home or potentially lose their home by being affected by ALS is definitely heartbreaking, but it's also inspiring that folks in the midst of a fight is giving back to try to make sure other folks battling can get the resources they need. So I'll tell you what, I mean, it's a huge inspiration to me. It really, really is. So all of you at home, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to catch up on a little bit of chat. Of course, Fishers and Men throwing a shout out for Thurman, and of course, definitely his future, and of course the tournament. Everyone for tuning in tonight. I appreciate your time. I know I've been extremely kind of behind. Went through a few weeks and didn't really get an episode out there. A lot was going on as far as preparing for a qualifier, so it's kind of hard to fish and pre-fish, and then of course go compete and then still catch up on this. So, but I'm excited to be back. We're going to try to keep this rolling. Be prepared. Be looking out for potentially another episode next weekend. Of course, you have the Bass Nation of West Virginia High School. We are at Summersville next Sunday, so that will be live streamed on Doc Talks right here, live streamed on the Facebook page. As long as service is strong enough, it will be launching out of the marina. It's a little spotty, but I think we can get by, so be looking for that. Of course, next, let's see, like I said, kayak qualifiers have wrapped up, so pretty much state championship rosters are set across the board for all these organizations, so be looking out for that. I'll make sure to share that. But exciting things coming up, a lot more to cover. Going to try to reach out to the WU boys, Nolan and Casey, and maybe try to get them on. I think they'd be willing to come on and talk a little bit. We're going to try to catch up with them hopefully soon. Maybe even a little bit of catch up from the Ohio River Challenge, working on maybe a little bit of coverage there, possibly. We're going to look at that. But, of course, I'm fishing state championship. So, best of luck to everyone out there that's still competing. I know end-of-season championship for trails are wrapping up. Best of luck to all of you. Congrats to all of you that have finished towards the top or up top. I know West Virginia kayak anglers threw out their lists. Going to make sure we share all that and more to you. So, again, we're not going to drag it out. We're going to definitely catch you up next week. For what's coming up, maybe some results, and see what we're going to have for next weekend. Bring on a live guest maybe for another unscripted episode. So going to play catch up. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful night as always. You know what I always say. We'll see you on the water.